Howdy, howdy, hello. What is up, good people? Today we did get some PPI news, and it was a miss, swing and a miss. Um, but we will just have to see how that makes the day play out. But what I did want to do, something a little bit fun, would be to go through some of my options plays and just kind of see where I need to be. Uh, or where I'll be if we get this run up at what point in time. And yeah, I've already filled out the MicroStrategy legs, so I'm going to share those right now. And then we will do the MSTU and MST X on stream and see where those are headed. So let me go ahead and share this screen and add it. Okay. So what I created an 8-leg spread because that's basically what I had. I inputted all of my options from MicroStrategy, from buys to sells. Some of the smaller ones aren't in there just because they're gonna they're gonna expire worthless, and there wasn't enough legs to add them. So they are not factored into this calculation. But um, here we go. So for leg one, we have the long 74 calls, 74 contracts of the December 19th 700 calls, and I paid $55.97 for those. So that's one. That's a long call, pretty big position, and on to the leg two, we have the December 19th 600 calls. I paid $75.61 per option, and the amount of contracts I have is 54. These are all of my longs are underwater right now. So on my leg three, I have September 19th 700 calls. I paid $32.19 per contract, and I have 95 of those. On leg four, I have the December 19th 760 calls. I paid $19.01 per contract of those, and I have 50 of those. And then looks like my final buy, I have December 19th 650 calls. Paid $50.07 for those, and I have 22 contracts. And then here come the spread side of these calls. These are calls that I wrote against them. So I have the June 20th 800 calls. Sold those for $8.28 a pop. At 177, 177 contracts. And then I have the June 20th 770 calls that I sold. I sold them for $13.06. And then the June 650s I sold for $18.99. And the last two I have 73 contracts of and 18. For stock range, I put 230 to 1900 for the range, just to see what the percentage return would be. And let's take a look at it. So let's start on the bottom. This is by percent. So this goes all the way out to June, and after this, it goes out to June because that's when the covered calls end. I did imply a IV change of 50% just because IV is on the floor right now. Implied volatility, and once price goes up, that's going to make the price of my short legs increase, just off of volatility, and my long legs. So I just put 50. It didn't let me change it individually, so I just put it there. So as you'll see in February, if we were to shoot up to, let's just say, 754, or 754, let's put 800. 800, my portfolio would return 286%. That is almost the same as if I just had stock. But as you'll see on this, as the time goes by on my calls, if this were to happen in this way, as we go on, and my short calls become worth less, ideally, the more money I'll make. So let's go end of March. End of March, if we hit 812, my portfolio will then be up 343%. Both of these scenarios are not something I see as realistic. And then we go to April 27th. We go to, now we're looking a little better. It'd be a 400% return. And then let's go to May. May is when things start to turn up, because that is when our first earnings report for Q1 this year is. If we're at 475, 812 by that point, it's a 475% return. It's almost 5x my money. That I'm okay with. 5x my money, it is what it is. And then I still have all my longs, the ability to roll these short legs down even further. Even though this page only goes out to June, I can roll those out further at higher strikes and still be able to capture more profit on the way out. So yeah, and then as we get towards expiration, which is June, if MicroStrategy is at 812, it'll be at 683% gain. I ain't gonna be mad at that. Now, ideally, it doesn't even have to come to this. I close a good amount of these short positions before we start to run up. By the looks of it, I'll probably have some time to do that, because the market, the macro, it's not on our side right now. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking to do. And yeah, let's just say, for example, let's say I'm able to take 77, like I'm able to buy back 77 of these calls by the time there's expiration, and I'm left with these that are covered on it. What does that do to my percentages? So let's just say at the end, let's say by May on 812, on the 812, what would that change my percentage? May 27th, 812. Okay, right now it's at 475. If I was able to take off 100 of those covered calls in the meantime, what would I look like by May? We just said 475. So what would that change to? If I was able to do that by May, I would change 528. So yeah, it's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. We said 647% on that. Okay, so maybe I'm taking off the wrong calls, because that is the strike price. Let me take off some of the legs with lower strike prices and put these back on 177. Okay, so let's just say I'm able to take off all of the Junes. Let me leave one just so it doesn't give me an issue. And I'm able to take off, let's just take off pretty much all the June. So I took off 17 of the June 650s. Let's see how that changes my percent change outlook. Okay, at 812 at May 27th. May 27th. 490 from 475. I mean, these aren't big differences. Which tells me that, I mean, I could probably just let these expire in the range that they are. Now, where it does make a difference is as we go up, my profit rate probably changes dramatically. So it might not make a difference at that strike, but we'll go through that in a little bit. Let's check on some price action, and then we'll come back to this. Okay. So also the hedge, the June hedges that I put on MSTU and MSTX, I rolled into March yesterday. So I'm no longer hedged that far down. So our 580, 417 calls, they're 54% profit. The 620s that I was just talking about, those are 46%. And then the 650s that I was just talking about as well, those are 43%. Okay. Portfolio is down 1.9% today. The MSTX cover calls. Let me see. How they're all down today. Nothing to do here. Got some MSTU calls down today as well. So just let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. Let me sip my coffee and we'll get back to this calculator. This calculator, I'm gonna update as I go, as I remove positions, and then I'm also gonna do the same calculator for my MSTU positions and my MSTX positions. That way, it's all organized, and I can just see or anticipate what my returns will look like as we go on. So, okay. Just to make sure everything's there, I got 18, 73, and 177. Okay. We'll just leave that, calculate that. And we're going to look at June. Let's say by June, MicroStrategy is able to hit 1,500. I would be at 570%. So my gains are pretty much capped at 800. I actually start to lose money. Now I can still roll these short calls to a further expiration at that point, but just for this example, I would start to lose money as we go up, oddly enough, just because of time decay. And the intrinsic value of the short calls. So we said 570 at 1,500, right? 570 at 1,500. Let's say that I'm able to uncover those big boys, and let's say I'm able to take 73 off. 73 off. Oops. What did I take off? 73 off. What did I just change out for one? Oh. Can't change those out. How much of these do I have? 700, December 19th, 700 calls. I think it's 77. Let me just check real quick, guys. 700 calls, December 19th. I have 74. So let me put that back on. Put that back on. Okay. And then I'm going to take off 100. I'm going to take off 100. We'll close out 100 of these cover calls by then, and then just have these by expiration. We will go from 570 to 1,142. Yeah, that makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. So definitely want to close out as many of those as I can by expiration, or roll them higher. either way, the return is going to be nasty. If this plays out how I think it is with MicroStrategy and their new accounting rules and them issuing more converts to re-leverage their balance sheet, issuing preferred stock, MicroStrategy should be in a really good position. So, yeah. It's a good problem to have. And I don't plan to have these cover calls here at that time. It's just in the scenario that they do. I don't want to spook myself. I'll still be making money as time goes on. Okay, MicroStrategy is at 323. MSTU is at 842. I got a covered call that's I can close out. Is this right? No, they're worth a penny right now. There's no way. Let me check my phone. Well, I'm on the wrong computer. Let me switch back. Okay. It's showing my MSTU cover calls are at like some crazy amount of profit, but I just don't think there's a bid on them. Yeah, bid and ask $0 versus $1.10, 0 versus 85 cents. So just disregard that because they're not that much in profit. But okay. And then Bitcoin, we have a price of 96.07, 96.87. The last CPI reports, PPI reports, those did mark the bottom of the market. But with the reporting being so freaking bad, I don't know if that'll be the case for us now. But if they do, just like on those calculations, if I can close out more of those cover calls, I'm just going to do that because you'll see in the long run, if the scenario where MicroStrategy freaking rips face to 1500 by June, I will be thanking myself for taking a lot of those covered calls off. Coolio. Okay, so we went through the scenario where there are covered calls. I want to go through a scenario where there are no covered calls. So, without messing this one up, let me create a new one. Options. Calculator. Bum, bada, bum, bada, bum, 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 bum. Okay, let me share my screen. Get back to the business. All right, we're gonna go percent return on these as well, and see the benefits of this. So for a symbol, we're gonna put MSTR, and then we're gonna go to the longs that I have. So December 19th. December 19th. Let me grab my phone and start inputting it, looking at them to input it. So for MicroStrategy, MSTR 700 calls. That paper option 55.97. Underwater on that. And I have 74 contracts. Boom. got that one in there. And then now, does it let me add more? What the hell? Oh, okay. So let me do custom 5 legs. Custom 5 legs, MSTR. December 19th. 700. 55.97. $54 calls. MicroStrategy 600 calls. We had those for December. $74. I paid $75.61 for these. Jeez. That's what happens when IV falls off the roof. I have 54 of these bad boys. Okay. And then leg 2. I forgot to fill out leg 2. I have 919 September calls. 7 early strike. Paid $32.19 on these. Oh, but December. I was like, why are they appearing not to have lost value? Okay. 95 of those. Freaking lot. Jeez. Okay. Boom. 760s over 919. Paid 1901 of these. And these I recently rolled, and that's why they'll show less of a loss right now. Then 650s. 650s for 12.19. Boom. 5007. 22 contracts. Okay, moment of truth. I'm gonna put the stock range from 220 to. I'm just gonna be conservative. I'm gonna put 2,000 because I know the gains are gonna look ridiculous regardless. Okay, and then I want to put an IV change of at least 50. So let me add that too. If MicroStrategy hits 2,000 by September, it's a 834% gain. Yikes. Dude. 1,500, 1,933% gain. 1,000, 804% gain. I mean, this is. It's 800. This is a bear case. 440% gain. I mean, dude. 331. Yeah, obviously there's crazy benefits to not being covered by the time these expire. And I just wanted to show that to the stream, the differences of how that changes your profit outlook, your percent returns. So yeah, yeah. Now where can I save this? Get short link to share. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Well, hell, guys, the hell you want me to do now? We're just chilling. Portfolio is 0.38% on the day. Just chop city. We're just chopping up and down, crabbing. Um, cool. Well, I knocked those out. I'm gonna have those saved, ready for our use on future streams, and then tomorrow we'll do the MSTU and MSTX positions. Might be back later, might not. Depends if I'm feeling cute or not. Peace.